So you the rookie that's gonna shock the world, huh?
Sure as heck gonna try.
Good. I'm glad you are here. Just remember, it's all out there for you. Work hard, listen, watch how we do. And you got a chance to do something special. Now let's see what you got.
Thanks. I'm happy to be here, man. I'm pumped. Let's do it.
The Tower of the Americas at Hemisphere Park, reminders of the International Expo San Antonio hosted years back. We'll be bringing you an interconference matchup in this one as the Hornets come into town. Thanks for joining us, everyone. It's the NBA on 2K Sports. I'm Kevin Harlan. Here with me today, Clark Kellogg and Steve Kerr. And, of course, they're still without Kemba Walker.
Yeah, Kevin, that's just terrible news. Never what you want to hear or see. With an injury of that severity, it's hard to imagine we're going to see him back out there anytime soon.
Man, the reality in the NBA, Clark, is you just have to move on. There's no time for...
Let's see what you got, son.
Oh, I got plenty.
San Antonio's gone 2 of 4 from beyond the arc to start the game. And here is Joseph. No scoring yet from him, but that's likely to change. Mills with it. With 1 on the clock. He got it up in time, but it wouldn't fall for him. Tie game in San Antonio. And we'll get the second quarter underway on the other side of this break.
Coming up next Monday night, February 2nd, Jeff Teague and the Atlanta Hawks hit the road for a duel with the New Orleans Pelicans. It's East and West. It's the real deal.
Guys, what's your take on the Spurs so far?
Pretty good start defensively. This club forced some mistakes and took advantage, and that's how they've built this lead.
And they've built the lead because not only have they forced turnovers, but they've taken care of the ball themselves. So that's a winning combination.
And stepping out onto the floor now for his very first official NBA playing time. Get to check out our first glimpse of professional basketball from Barkley. Well, Clark, here's a guy with quite the story. Didn't get picked on draft day. Couldn't find a team until this point in the season.
Well, Kevin, you know because of that he's going to be playing motivated. Often events like that will give a player an added edge, and I don't think there's anybody in the building more motivated than he is.
So on the floor for Charlotte to start this second quarter. Barkley in at point guard. Jeff Taylor is out there with Williams. Then it's Henderson, and it's Vonleh in at the 5.
His second person, first team.
Bellinelli, he's checked in for Manu Ginobili. And what do you guys think so far about the offensive approach for San Antonio?
We got a storyline here. If it goes on for the rest of the game, it could be all those points they're getting at the foul line.
Yeah, and I've noticed also that their quick hands have led to a lot of forced turnovers. They're getting some points in transition as a result.
That is not enough coverage. Got to do better than that defensively. Basically no coverage. I mean, defense did not look very good there.
Well, for Tim Duncan and the Spurs, an incredible legacy of dominance. In his 17 years in the league, the Spurs have never won less than 61% of their games. Not to mention, of course, 5 finals appearances and 4 NBA championships.
Taylor kicks to Barkley. Mills with the rebound.
No, Kawhi Leonard is not one to boast.
Coach Popovich is similar, but he doesn't mince words about Kawhi, saying he's phenomenal. He's improved quicker than any player we've ever had because he wants to be great. As time goes on, he's going to take over as the star of the show. Kevin, with a Finals MVP to his credit, we're already seeing signs.
You said it, Doris. Thank you. 6 to shoot. Joseph, the pass to Bellinelli. Left block shot on the way, and it comes off the front of the rim. Hornets trail by 3. Taylor dishes to Barkley. Stolen away. And here in the second quarter of action with a hair under 2.5 minutes played so far. Charlotte has gone 3 of 5 from beyond the arc so far tonight. He tries for 3, and that is good. Barkley scores his first basket here in the NBA, the beginning to hopefully a long and prosperous career. And the Spurs with some changes. Boris Diaz checked in for Splitter. Kawhi Parker subbed in for Patty Mills. And then for Charlotte, Al Jefferson is checked in for Vonleh. Kid Gilchrist comes in for Taylor. And Lance Stevenson subbed in for Gerald Henderson. Here's Bellinelli. It's good. The assist that time from Dion. Bellinelli's got 5 points in the quarter.
That's a clean look they gave him there, fellas, and he drains those.
A moment to check in with Doris Burke. Doris?
Well, Kevin, Steve Clifford was just going over the game plan with his team. There was one thing he stressed above everything else, and that was getting the ball into the low post. That is where their points can and should be coming from in his mind. The other thing he stressed was the need to be disciplined on offense. He asked for good ball movement and good shot selection. So, Kevin, change is already being made on the fly here in the second quarter.
Great. Thanks for the report, Doris. And looks like the illegal pick was set. Yep, that's right. That'll get their attention.
That's a second personal foul. If he gets another.
And we're through 2 here and a good one. Spurs lead by 3. And don't go away. After the break, we'll see you right back here for the start of the third quarter.
All right, listen closely, man. I've got a few things to touch on. We're going to turn this from a close game into our game. Nice work coming off the bench, guys. Great energy, great offense. We really got to show our depth in the first half. I do like that we limited our turnovers. We weren't careless with the ball or making unforced errors, so kudos for that. What I want us thinking about now is getting the ball into the low post. Let's find the open passing lanes and feed our guys in tight. This is a very tough opponent, and we've got a difficult half in front of us. But I've got all the faith in the world in you guys. I know you can get this done.
We have a close ball game on our hands as we get set. And we're about a minute and a half here into the second half. Parker and Danny Green are your 1 and your 2. Under the 3 and Dial the 4. And it's Splitter in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. And that's who's in the game for the Spurs. Parker with no one around. It's rebounded by Kid Gilchrist. Kid Gilchrist has got his 3rd rebound on the night.
Well, in the rebounding game, at least, it's been a strong physical performance for them.
But it has to translate, Clark. If they're going to cut into this lead, they've got to convert those boards into points.
Barkley, he's checked in for Mo Williams. That one's good. The San Antonio lead is cut down now to just 4 in the basket from Stevenson.
Well, head coach Greg Popovich, a big believer in what he calls corporate knowledge, the idea that continuity breeds success through players truly understanding the system at a deep level.
And a moment here to see the standings for the Eastern Conference. And you know, guys, some interesting stories have unfolded here as we move through the middle of the season. You look at Chicago, and not a surprise really to see them sitting there in that #1 spot in the conference. The excellent brand of basketball they've been putting on display lately has been terrific. And, of course, the Hornets just way behind.
Well, I think for Charlotte, they've done what they've needed to do up to this point in the season. I think they've got to be happy and comfortable with where they are.
And I'm sure they are. I mean, they don't have the target on their back.
But in the age of chartered flights, you could argue longer traveling distances are much less of a concern, and I would say amen to that.
Green dishes to Ginobili. Back to Green. Pass to Ginobili. There's a screen. Off the pick. Conley with the rebound.
And guys, I think the biggest advantage to a so-called top 16 playoff seeding is that it would possibly make for a more competitive finals. It's a playoff series that garners international attention anyway. You want to make sure that the last two teams standing are truly the best in the NBA.
The Spurs making a switch here. Anderson's checked in. San Antonio's gone 2 for 2 from three-point land to start the fourth quarter. And Joseph kicks to Baines. Bonner inside. And he banks in the layup.
They certainly haven't let these fans down tonight. Been a fun night to be in the building.
It has been. I mean, the atmosphere has been great, and no doubt that helped with the winning efforts.
Up top, Barkley. Outside, Taylor. Henderson kicks to Taylor. Sinks the three-pointer. And here is Joseph. And so it's San Antonio easily taking this one. Some days, Clark, everything goes right for a team, and they just had one of those games.
Yeah, it certainly was. I mean, these guys played a great all-around basketball game here.
That'll do it for now. For Doris Burke, Steve Kerr, and Clark Kellogg, and the rest of the 2K Sports crew, this is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for joining us.
The bad news is you played like a 50-year-old record league bum, and we lost the game. You're supposed to ask what the good news is.
What's the good news?
The good news is I don't think it's possible for you to play any worse.
Is this supposed to be making me feel better?
Nah, man. It's supposed to make you understand this ain't just you. We all got a lot of work to do if we're going to do something special this year. So put this one behind you, learn from it, and move on, all right?
Yeah, all right. But a 50-year-old bum, though?
If the shoe fits.
Come on, man.
Wait till you're announced. We've not yet lost all our grace.